Hi friends and family, welcome back to Marisa's Cucina Italiana for another great recipe. It's a gnocchi recipe, very simple. Alright, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my channel, and ring that notification bell so that you can get all my videos when they come up. And I'll be making quite a few this month. Alright, I wanted to also thank someone very special in our family. My son and daughter-in-law have blessed us with the beautiful, beautiful baby girl, Gabriella Gianna. Love her. She, of course, I haven't seen her, but I do see her on FaceTime. And of course, when she looks at that screen, she just gives Grandma the biggest smile. I love her to death. Well, thank you very much, guys. We in our family, we all have been blessed with this. All right, let's get started now with our cooking channel. Okay, we're going to have gnocchis today. Of course, they involve potatoes, and there's one per person. We also have an egg in them. I like to put an egg in it for binding. If you are allergic to eggs, by all means, do not use them. They're going to come out just the same. Okay, gnocco. All right, then you'll need a potato ricer, okay? These are kind of important in an Italian cuisine. You kind of need these, okay? They really work for the potatoes because we do make quite a few of them. And there's no substitute that I know that you can use, because if you just grind that potato up so much, or maybe even a sieve would work, but I mean, you'd be there, you know, moving it with a spoon. But if you have any ideas, leave them below so that other people can maybe get an idea. And then you'll need a gnocchi ribber, which again, these two items I'm sure are on Amazon. I will look them up and put them in the link below so you can just click on it and probably order them, just if you need them. Grandpa used the good old fork. Just roll them. I'm going to show you how to do it. Comes out perfect. Okay, and then I'll need a little bit of semolina. When we're done making the gnocchi, we will put that on the tray so that they don't stick together. Okay, and just some normal flour. All right. All right, friends, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the potatoes in cold water. Make sure that these potatoes are pretty much all the same size, okay? And you're going to bring them to the boil. And when they're boiling, you can check it with the toothpick, make sure that it comes out, each one of them cooked. And then we're going to shut the heat off because we're going to need a warm potato, okay? All right, well, let's continue and I'll show you what happens the next step. All right, friends, we're going to get started, okay? So we have our, as I showed you on the little small video, our potatoes. They're really, really warm. Well, you want to have everything ready, your flour, your semolina, your potato rice, or everything ready. These are quite warm, okay? It just makes it easier to work with. And then, of course, I use the egg, and it's going to go in, and my semolina. But let's start with leveling off our flour. You can use a big bowl if you want to do this in a bowl. I like to use my wooden counter, but you can use even what do you call, a marble counter or just a plain counter. I'm just going to clean up a little bit after. Okay, so these are 3 cups of flour, and I'm going to make my well. Now the potatoes won't absorb all this flour. You're going to have some flour left over. But that's fine, because we're going to, when we cut the gnocchi, you will see, I don't know why I want to keep saying gnocco. When you cut the gnocchi, they're going to roll into the flour so they don't stick. All right, so I'm making my well, okay. Don't know if you can see this, so we're going to put this closer up a little bit, okay, so you can see. Okay, so I've measured those 4 cups of flour, and they're in there. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to get my potato ricer, and I'm going to add my first potato, okay, and just what I do is put it right into the well. Now each potato ricer is different. Mine always needs a little bit of help here. Okay, we'll see how it happens. It just falls. They look like little rice. Okay, what I'm going to do now is take my potato, it's manageable. I can hold it. So when you can get that potato to that temperature, you'll be just fine. Okay, peel it off. Now, the reason we do use the peeled, unpeeled potato, it has to have the peel, is so that the water doesn't go into the potato. Now, if you have some red potatoes, they work really good too. These are just a yellow potato, nice yellow flour. Okay, and what you want to do is, whoo, that's hot. Okay, going to continue. Okay, so they're still very warm. What you're going to do is spread that out. Don't let the walls fall. Make sure your walls are still high. Okay. And now I'm going to let that just cool just a little, because if I add my egg, I'm going to scramble it. So I'll be right back. Okay, friends, I just let it cool down for, it was a minute, just to put my utensils in the sink to be taken care of. Here's our egg. Yeah, give it a little beat. It's always better. Again, you don't have to put this egg in. You can omit it completely. This is just the family tradition, what we do. Okay, so you gotta get your hands in there. No other way to make gnocchi. So grab a little bit of the flour, as you can see. Okay. What I do is I kind of use my scraper, because that potato will stick. Now, what kind of, see, I told you 4 cups of flour, but you're not going to use them all. I just kind of tend to use as much potatoes as I have. Okay, nice and soft. You can see, look how nice they are. Nice and soft. Yeah, you're going to get it all over your hands, but there you go. Okay. Now, I don't like a soft gnocchi, although I know there are people who make them a little bit softer. I kind of like that gnocchi that when it's cooked, it crunches under your tooth, in your mouth. I just like it that way. And we're getting there. We're getting there. As you can see, maybe about 3 cups of the flour, it's absorbed it. And then we're going to knead it just a little bit. It doesn't really need that much kneading. Okay. So again, kind of pick up that little bit. I see I haven't lost one little potato. Look at that. There you go. When you put your finger in like that, that's pretty good. That's about what consistency you want. There's really no other dough, not pie or anything. I mean, this is just its dough itself. Now we're going to push away this extra flour to the corner, because we'll be using it. Okay, and we're going to knead this. Okay, girls, boys, men, whoever's trying this, kids love to make this. Now, we'll just knead it a little bit. What I try to do is get all that stuff off my hands so that it comes nice, but it's okay. All right, girls, boys, children, men, family, there you go. So it doesn't stick. It is going to be a little tacky when we roll it, but we don't mind that. That's fine. If you were to open this up, it is tacky inside, see? But it doesn't matter. There you go. We don't want a hard dough, but not even a soft one. All right. And you can add a little bit more. There's nobody saying that you can't. You can add a little more if you like. Make them nice. What you want to do, you don't want any flour after this, because when we roll these, the dough, the gnocco, I call her a she, doesn't want this pile. You leave it right here. And you'll see how cute that pile is going to get. You don't want any dough when we're going to do the next step, okay? And I'll keep this close up on here for that. And there you go. So, finger in, looks nice. All I do, dash, 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 dash of just so that it doesn't stick underneath, but it doesn't matter. Just a little bit. Okay, and we're going to proceed to the next step as soon as I get everything cleaned up. Okay, we're back. So we have our little gnocchi here, still nice and lukewarm. What I do is, because there could be a little bit of like potato, I sift that extra flour. A few little particles will come out, you'll see in a minute. Okay, we just don't want these to come into our gnocchi when we put them in. There you go, see? You can see that a little bit, yeah. Okay, so we don't need that. Again, our mound of flour is here for a reason. Okay, and then I got our little bit of flour, little bit of semolina ready, because I'm going to be freezing these today and giving some away to some friends. Okay, so we're going to cut that, very simple, and we're going to roll it. Now, you can make these thick. I kind of like to make them, see why we don't want any flour? Because or else this thing would not roll. Do not use any flour on here. Or you'll be like pushing it and it's not rolling, and then you're going to say, what did Marisa say to me? Okay. All right. So kind of, I like them maybe, this is about 1/2 inch. And there's so many types. You could make even little teeny ones that are called gnocchi genovese. I'll be making those in another film. They're really simple. Same idea, only you cut them up really, really little without ribbing them. Okay? All right. So what I'm going to do is pass my knife through there. And as I cut it, and you want to cut about the same 1/2 inch to 1 inch, no any longer. Throw those in your flour, and at the same time make sure that they're getting, because this part is a little sticky. I told you that part would get, once your knife gets a little sticky, you can wash it out, dry it up. I put it in the flour. Okay, there you go. You drop that? No. Okay. All right, and you're going to continue like this. Okay. So, just for filming reasons, I'll show you. We grab our little utensil here, and the gnocchi was cut like that. It was cut here and here. So I like to take that part and I like to roll it in. Let me show you. Okay. Gotta get a little bit more room on this board. Okay. Not that anything is wrong. So you put your thumb down and you roll it. Okay. Your thumb down and you roll it, because when that sauce gets in the hole there, okay, because these don't grow, it's not pasta, they're not going to get that much bigger than what they are, because there's just flour and the potato. Okay, and don't worry about the flour, shake that off, comes off. Now if you do it the other way without using the two ends, it comes the same, it just looks a little bit square. But by all means, you can do it any way you want. Okay? So this is the way you do it with this one. Okay? And then I'm going to show you with the grandpa method with the fork. And then I'll fast forward the rest of it, and you can see how much. Now if this thing gets too long, you know, because the more you cut it in the center of the little ball we made of potato, it's going to get longer. Kind of work with about 12 inches every time. Any little bit of stickiness, you just get your hand in the flour. There you go. All right. And I throw them in there. I could have made these even just a little tad more flour in them, but these came out really nice too. Okay, if they stick, just, that's why I throw them in one at a time, so that I don't get that stickiness on there. Okay. All right, let's get a fork. And Grandpa used to do this method here. Put it on the back and roll it. Okay, see how they come? They come pretty good. There they are. You need a little bit more pressure. I think he had a special fork because it was a little longer. But you know, you still get the ribbing, see? They're good. There you go. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to fast forward this, because you don't want to watch me do the whole loaf, okay? But you got the idea. All right, friends? Just hang in there. I'm going to fast forward it. All right, friends, so won't keep you any longer. As you've seen, I pretty much showed you in the fast motion. Nothing changed. You just keep going on rolling. Now, you can cook these fresh, like just put them in your boiling salted water. They're going to go to the bottom of the pan, and then they'll come to the top. You take them out, leave about, if you're making them with sauce, I would leave a half a cup of the cooking water somewhere around in the kitchen, because sometimes they will absorb even that sauce if you want them a little bit more like creamy, okay? But there's so many sauces you can make with it, like I told you before. You can do the pesto with cream or without cream. You could do the bolognese sauce. You could use turkey bolognese sauce. Anything that you really like, they're delicious. Or butter and salvia, which I think it's sage in English. That's the way a lot of people eat them. So the next video that I'll be doing will be the spinach one, okay? I'll be making them with spinach. There's a little trick there too, because remember, we're putting a lot of more water into it. I'm going to put them in the freezer. What I do is put them in the freezer like this. On this one I have to add a little bit more semolina on top, okay? I always give them a little shake, all right? These are going to go to a dear friend. And I have another tray just like this ready. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed it. Any information that you need, just write to me below and I will answer. Hope that you enjoyed this gnocchi recipe today. Don't forget to subscribe, like my videos, and ring that notification bell. All right, friends, have a great day. And don't forget Marisa's Cucina Italiana blogspot.com for these recipes. Okay, I'll see you. Bye. Bye, Gabriella. Little kiss to my little granddaughter. Bye-bye.